So the challenges I faced this year were looking at homeschooling in April, I think we started, um, and pulling our son out of school wasn't an easy decision to make, but it was one that we really had to consider based on the fact that I live with a chronic health condition, and we were really unsure as to the sort of implications of um, of COVID hitting SA and me becoming unwell. So looking at the prospect of April and May and beyond, um, being a homeschool teacher or facilitator really was not something I was sort of equipped for, nor had the energy to do. So we kind of embraced it, my son and I, for the first few weeks, and really set our bar quite high and unrealistically. We found, I think, by about week 3, we kind of had really burnt out, and I had certainly burnt a lot of energy trying to kind of keep up with school, with other friends who had kept their children home. That the kind of perfectionistic tendencies that I can I can kind of leave unchecked sometimes if I'm not in a wise mind, or really mindful of that. So um, trying to do everything perfectly and be that perfect, mum and homeschool teacher was, pretty quick to fall away. um, we we got really real and decided to practice a lot of self-care, just to manage those kind of daily struggles or emotions, the symptoms of being housebound and being away from friends and not being able to see family. Um, they were definitely um, things that we really needed to stay kind of on top of before they managed us. So we found creative ways to connect with friends, via phone calls and FaceTime and writing letters and writing over to friends who lived close by and sort of waving on the footpath and finding time to really prioritise those needs, for connection, especially during that time. For me, I guess embracing a real creative and creative way of life this year has been one of the positives. I've really enjoyed participating in online DBT art skills classes, um, and finding time to kind of create art this year, for my mental health and to find sort of joy in a pretty challenging year. We've also been able to embrace a slower kind of way of living this year. My husband's always enjoyed gardening, and we've grown a lot of plants, raised seeds this year, and had sort of tie-ins, sort of school projects where we have photographed, seedlings growing, and we hand raised some chicks, and seeing them progress and our son being involved in that was something that we were lucky to spend some time doing this year, being home a lot of the time. We we also really enjoyed reading and reading aloud, and we read The Hobbit this year, and my son loved it, and that sent us sort of on a different fantasy book trail, which was really lovely. I also have really embraced audiobooks and finding time to, if I'm not well enough for traditional reading, finding the time to listen to a story while lying down or resting. That's been one thing that I kind of can't live without, is that, sometime in the day I need to have that time and that rest time and recharge time. I think too, being able to see a lot of the struggles that I've faced for a long time be validated, and to have mental health and you know, chronic illness, or at least you know, illness management on people's kind of minds has been one thing that has encouraged me to embrace my situation. Um, because people start sort of seeing you as, you know, a little bit of a leader, or you know, an experienced person, um, given the struggles that, you know, this year has kind of put on a lot of people that may not have experienced, you know, chronic illness or mental health issues. So being able to, you know, be a voice of wisdom, I guess, or experience, has been something that I've been really lucky to embrace, and it's something that I think has encouraged me to speak up about mental health issues, and um, become, I guess, more of my own advocate, um, and really become my own champion, um, by taking control, or taking, you know, taking stock of my mental health. Um, so I've really enjoyed connecting with a lot of people I might not have this year, through through art classes, and through you know, those challenges of keeping really well, um, during a time that really has challenged a lot of people.